Now, I've been using the Samsung Galaxy Tab S11 Ultra now for quite a few months actually, and I've been running this whole YouTube channel off it. It's been my primary photo and video editing device. And for the majority of the time, I've been running it in this here, which is the book cover slim. Let's just pop it back in it. And this is the slim book cover, and it's been pretty good, right? So you can still interact with the screen, with the finger, with the pen, with the keyboard. But there are times where you're trying to use this like a laptop and you just want a mouse, you just want a touchpad. So I've gone and bought, this is not in any way sponsored, I've bought this with my own cash for better or worse. I've gone and bought the Pro keyboard book cover, which is not cheap. It's £400 thereabouts. I think it's $400. I remember when things used to be cheaper in pounds than they were in dollars, but no longer. And it really does transform the device. Now, I'm not just saying that as code because I've spent money on it. I'm just going to go over my first impressions of this, and you're thinking about buying it, drop them in the comments and I'll either answer in the comments or in a follow-up video. So what are the positives of this? Well, first of all, we have a trackpad, so let me just unlock this. So because you've got a trackpad, you've got a mouse, you can use gestures, you can swipe up to get to your recents. Let's say we want to open this app here, you can then move it around nice and easy. You can go like full screen, actually let's just do that now, go full screen with something. There's a lot of ways you can sort of interact with the, when you're using it in a laptop mode, it's a lot easier than sort of like going out and touching it. If you're sort of relaxing on the sofa, leaning back a bit, you don't have to kind of lean forward to press it. And while the stylus is quite a good way to interact with it, as I said, there are times when gestures are good. So also, if you're scrubbing through videos, so let's say for example, we want to go and open up a video here or something. If you want to scrub through the timeline, sometimes it's easier to just sort of do this with a touchpad. You could of course do it with a screen. Sometimes it's just more comfortable for long extended editing sessions. Also, there is a backlight. It's not exactly the strongest backlight, but it's enough for my experience. I've seen some people complain that it's not that great, but it's fine. The other major criticism I've seen of it is that, obviously with the book cover, this fully encapsulates the device. As you can see, I've used this to carry up cups of coffee from the kitchen. So, if you have a full cover around it, kind of like some people do with their phones. I don't have my phone with me right now, but I only have a cover on the back of my phone, not the front, because it's a folding phone. If you had another laptop, so I've just grabbed one here. This is my Samsung Book Pro 360, and again, I've carried coffee cups on top of this as well. I use my devices like for utility rather than the prettiness, I guess. And you don't put a full cover on your laptop, do you? You never put a full cover on the laptop. So in a way, it protects the most important thing, which is the screen. That's fully protected, but the back, I think that's perfectly fine to have it like that way. And while it's a 2-finger opener, it's fine. The typing experience is good. I wouldn't say it's the best. I sometimes find on certain laptop keyboards, it's not super comfortable to type on. I would say it feels a little unnatural on the left-hand side of the keyboard for my personal taste. I'm used to having bigger, deeper, clickier keys. But for this particular application, I haven't had an issue with it once I get used to it. And it's better to have, more palm rest as well while you're typing than on the book cover, which doesn't really have one. So that does aid the comfort if you're on the sofa. Downsides, obviously it does make it a little heavier. So if I take this off now, as a tablet, it's not a particularly heavy tablet, but it does weigh about kind of similar to the tablet itself. So it does make it a bit heavier to move around. Sometimes the downside, this doesn't lock. You have to be careful. There we go. The other thing I've had as well is you forget that this is here sometimes. And on my other desk upstairs, I occasionally put this in front of my gaming PC while I'm working on a video, while I'm doing something else. And if I have something locked here, you try and pull it back, you could accidentally, so if that's like hooked under like a keyboard on a desk or something else, just gotta be careful. That's a me problem rather than a problem with the device, so I think. Okay, this video is due to go live actually in just a few hours, and the One UI 8.5 update has just dropped for the Tab S11 Ultra, and it fixes the problems that I'm going to demonstrate in the next section of this video. And towards the end of that section, I say that I'm optimistic that things like mouse support and other things will only get better on Android over the years. And it seems like, and I'll throw some screen overlay footage now, demonstrating that although the cursor does disappear when a video plays, which is normal for most browsers, it recovers, unlike in the version of Android before One UI 8.5, where the cursor would disappear and not return. Also, there seems to be some different changes as well in terms of moving windows around, and I can't replicate a couple of the other bugs where the mouse would become unresponsive. Now obviously this is early doors, but just bear in mind that the information in the next section of this video is on One UI 8, not One UI 8.5. So bear that in mind. Update to the latest version and you will get a better experience if you buy this product, of course. Let's carry on with the video. There are some other strange bugs as well. So as an example, I've been trying to get HDR videos uploaded to YouTube, and when I upload them in numerous different formats, it doesn't work. So I've got all these different tabs open here with these different HDR video tests, of which none of them are showing as HDR yet. It could take up to a week apparently. But if you right click sometimes into the video to get, for example, the stats for nerds, sometimes, but not always, the mouse cursor will just disappear and it will come back again next time you right click. And I don't know if that is a strange bug, because usually it's when a video is playing and the mouse cursor does disappear. So I've right clicked and now the mouse cursor disappeared. And the only time this ever happens is within a playing video within YouTube in the browser. So, and there you go, right click and we got the mouse back. So it's a really strange behavior. It's the only place I've seen it. But it does tell you that there's potentially some nuances in terms of using Android as a laptop operating system versus using something like Windows. The primary use case of Android is with touch input and pens, and you know, the mouse features are an addition on top of that, maybe have some other bugs. There are other things occasionally, so if you were to move to the corner of the window here, let's get the resize thing. If you use a two-finger gesture and then click, it did work this time, but sometimes you'll get a ghost of the size of the window when using the mouse cursor to do it. So there are some bugs occasionally with that. Again, it only happens on YouTube, like 4K video playback. It's a strange scenario. So what about the price? It's £400. It would have been much better if they'd released this at launch. So when I bought this book cover, the book cover was something like £130. So if I could have bought it without the book cover and only this, that would have been preferable. I think it might have been a stretch at the time because it is not cheap. But I would buy it, you know, I'm glad I bought it. I've been agonizing over buying it for a little while now. And I said, I no longer use my Windows laptop, and I do all of my photo and video editing on this device now. I use it to plan trips, manage my finances and everything. So as I said, first impressions are good. I'm glad I bought it. I wish it was cheaper. I was waiting to see, sometimes with Samsung products, they'll be released and then they'll go on sale after a month or two. So I was waiting to see whether the price would drop. It didn't. So I just decided to Klarna it. But if you have this device and you're wanting to use it like a laptop, it's pretty good. Just bear in mind that there are some instances where the mouse input is not the best experience. I always keep this to hand just in case. The last scenario that I've discovered as well, sometimes in Lightroom, there are sliders for editing things. So if you use, for example, your finger or the pen, it always moves. If you use the mouse, 9 times out of 10 it moves, and on the 10th one it won't do it, and you have to click either side of it to nudge it up. So I think like mouse input in Android is only something that's going to get better. I'm an optimist, and you know, I'm trying to even though, you know, DaVinci Resolve as an editing app is really powerful, on the Windows laptop that I have, which is a few years old now, it's not powerful enough to edit 4K video in it. This can edit 4K video, especially if you use apps, as I've said on this channel before, like InShot to trim down the video, and then LumaFusion to then package it up into a good looking video. Yeah, what do you think? Have you been tempted by this keyboard? Is the price just a little too high? A lot of people are angry that they changed the Pogo connector locations on the back there from being on the bottom to the back. I never had the old version, so if they could have made one Pro keyboard that works with all their tablets, that would have been better. But you know what these companies are like. They always like to throw something in to make the accessories incompatible so they can make money. But I'm happy with it. Yeah, being cheaper would be good, but we can't have everything, can we? So would I buy both of these, the book cover and the thing? Not a chance. If I could go back in time, I wouldn't get the book cover and I'd get just the Pro keyboard. That is as someone who wants to use it more like a laptop and less like a tablet. In fact, it's extremely rare that I have this in tablet only mode. I have this in tablet only mode sometimes on a desk, plugged in DeX, full screen. I've got it on the little tablet rest, but the rest of the time, you know, I use it as with like a mouse and keyboard. If you want to know more about this, if there's anything else you want to see about it, let me know. I can always make some follow-up videos, and I'll answer in the comments anything that I can, and hope that this has been useful to you, and I'll see you in the next video.